1971, the Bangladeshi Liberation War happens. It's a humiliating defeat for the Pakistanis, too much to bear. And they conduct an introspective session where it was essentially agreed that in a conventional war, it's nearly impossible to beat India. You cannot defeat them because it's too powerful an army. So they came up with a plan called Operation Tupac, spelled as Tupak. Um, it was essentially driven again by the Pakistani intelligence, the ISI, and while they were supplying arms to the northeast India uh, right from the 1950s, the real issue really begins now after the 71 war, where it was strategically clear that they wanted to bleed India with 1,000 cuts. So how would they bleed India with 1,000 cuts? They create problems in Jammu and Kashmir. They create problems in Punjab, which they call essentially they call this a K2 plan. Um, K2 as in Kashmir and Khalistan, and they would essentially create unrest within India, which will trigger some sort of a balkanization, and India will self-implode into various states. They exploited the porous borders on both sides, which is Pakistan and Nepal and Myanmar, and they started training, people and creating sleeper cells of Indian militants. And this was the strategy that sort of helped them create insurgencies in Jammu and Kashmir. Um, the rest is history thereafter. I mean, the sleeper cells have caused us so much of pain, so much of grief. 93 bombings, 257 odd people were killed. 03 bombings, 93 killed. Akshardham, 80 people were killed. Samjhauta Express in 2007, about 70 odd people killed. Amarnath, about 110 people killed. So you see where I'm coming from. It's essentially a string of terrorist attacks which we've had to endure. But we forget and forgive too easily without demanding much accountability.